Welcome to this press conference about the film, about the series La Mesías, directed by Javier AMBROSSI and Javier CALVO. It's a Spanish series produced by Movistar, who will be screened in the official section of this San Sebastian Film Festival. Today, we have with us Albert Pla, actor, AMAIA, actress, Roger CASAMAJOR, actor, LOLA DUEñas, actress, Javier CALVO, director, creator and producer, Javier AMBROSSI, director, creator and producer, MACARENA GARCÍA, actress, CARMEN MACHI, actress, RUJAS, actress, CECILIA ROTH, actress, and FRAN ARAÚJO, producer. As usual, I will be making the first question, and then I will ask you to raise your hand if you have any questions from the floor. My question is for both directors and Fran. Where did you get the idea for a series, and when did you start to work with Movistar in the production? Well, let me first of all thank you all. Thank you for welcoming us and seeing our series. This is the first time we show a series all of a sudden, because both Paquita and Veneno went slowly little by little, but this one's been showed all of a sudden at the same time. I mean, the series started when we were shooting episode 6 of Veneno. And we had this idea to create like a series like Las Vírgenes Suicidas or Mustang, Mujercitas, or the Bronte sisters novels that we always liked so much. But when we started building the series, we kind of lacked something. We didn't have the necessary materials, and we looked into groups, family groups, sisters that are not in touch with the outside world, and we found out there are so many cases, like in La Sax, sisters. Someone told the father, your daughters need to save the world with a rock group, and he put them in a cellar and bought them some music instruments, and there were some other people that were obsessed with Tarantino's films and only watched them. So we realized there was something dark out there. We always wanted to make a thriller, and in Veneno we made a biopic, La Llamada, or a comedy in Paquita, and we said, okay, why don't we make a thriller? And then we realized that we had this idea of a messiah, a mother, a thriller, with so many references we wanted to show and we wanted to go into. And in all these cases of people isolated from the outside world, of course, we were very much interested in those cases, and we realized they had some commonalities. First of all, religious fanaticism. They being locked up was due to their beliefs, firm beliefs, and then art. Javi mentioned it. The guys, Wolfpack, made movies. The Turpin was a family who lived in isolation. Then someone found a mobile phone and recorded herself singing, and then when she saw the comments, she realized that what happened inside was not aligned with the outside world, and there was this dissonance going on. So we suddenly realized that we were making a series about living home, about the walls that have surrounded us, ourselves included, as teenagers, and how you need to leave your home, your family home, at a given point in life. And I realized that this is something different to what I thought, like in an Almodovar film, a queer film back in the 2000s or 1990s. So that was the seed of me leaving home and discovering the world. That was the starting point of the series, really. And then we added to all of this this idea of living home, of course, and the idea of LGBTIQ plus community that sometimes don't just leave their family homes, but also their towns, cities, to find their freedom. And then they, how did they come back? But you don't belong there anymore. So we also included this idea in the series, and the idea grew and grew, and we added this layer of my own relationship with my sister, and all the things that bring us together and that bring us apart, and the idea of being a brother of someone else, which is one of the main things that we see in the series. How you are a brother or a sister. You have a bond that is full of very nice things, but also very hard things. How do you look at your brother when he reminds you that things were hard in your youth? So that's the seed, the starting point. And 3 years later, here we are.
No sé si Fran quiere añadir algo.
Frank, would you like to add anything to this? Well, this was love at first sight. First meeting we had with them was so wonderful. It was wonderful listening to them. It's very hard to find someone so enthusiastic, so talented and brilliant. And we also found out that they were so demanding, so engaged and committed to the work. They're so focused on details and they're so perfectionist that, well, all of this explains the success of the series. They've been working for 3 years, so many hours. It's really impressive, really.
John Hopewell from Variety. Congratulations on your reaction, which is quite unusual to have so much applause, I think, at San Sebastian. At a creative investors conference on Tuesday and Wednesday, Jeb Brody from Amblin Partners was asked to talk about what excites him. And one thing he said is genre mix, mezcla de género. And I think that your series is a thorough-going fiction which really practices genre mix. But would you agree?
And that's what we like. I mean, that's what I think. That's what life is. And I don't like when something has to be funny and just funny, dramatic and just dramatic, horrifying and just horrifying. You can make a horrifying scene and still laugh. On Carmen and Macarena on her episode, they said terrible things, but you laugh because it's like that. And I think all the movies I really like are Cannes movies, European movies, movies that this author makes thriller, but it's realism, but it's something you've never seen because it's a mix. And I think that's the point on everything. Just don't make just one thing, just a mix of one thing. Just add different things to your salad.
I think we are two. So we have a lot of different references. So that's what really makes the mix very powerful, because I have my own reference, Javi has his own references, and together it's like a bomb. It's like we are very eclectic persons, both, and we connect on that. And I love mixing genres. I love it. I love to surprise the audience.
And we are different, and also in us, many references live in each of us. So it's like a triple mix. So yeah, that's what we like. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Aquí, María.
Hola.
Hello. Congratulations. This is like a Homer piece of work, because in the 21st century, I think you've connected the veneno with the gender, which is a very key topic for your generation. In Paquita, we see this image, this willingness and desire to be on a screen and be recognized. And this Messiah has something religious to her, but it's not conventional. You talk about isolation. My question is, do you have a feeling that you were making like a triptych of millennials. How do you relate this and connect this to the spirituality of isolation? It's kind of Homeric. We never do it deliberately. We never thought we were going to connect with the millennial generation. We never thought that the 50-year-old representative would be an icon for young people. We never do this deliberately, but it just happened. And I like it because it's not something that we necessarily want to do. Let's connect with the younger generations. And I think that's a mistake. Some older people want to show themselves as young people. And we are young people that we're showing ourselves as older people. It's funny, isn't it? We're 39, we're there, the boundary between good and evil. You know, Maria, the thing is that, surprisingly enough, the people that know more about the audiovisual currently, thanks to platforms and YouTube, are the younger generations. And they connect very much with the Messiah. People working in our producers say, oh, it's my favorite series. But it's, you know, it's shot in 16 millimeters, and there are children and young people there. And they're surprised the generations after ours know much more than us. We tend to think they're silly, but audiovisually they're very cultivated. They know what happens. They know when things are being dubbed. They know how things happen. They read us. They interpret us. They know what we're making. They know what we're showing. They know that when they're watching the next episode of the Messiah, they say, "Oh, what's going to happen now? Is MACHI going to perform? And AMAIA, where's AMAIA? She's not there anymore. What's going on?" They are very much engaged with our film. They know we don't think they're silly. They're stupid. And, you know, Javier and myself, we're out in the street, we watch TV, I watch reality shows, I watch a bit of everything, you know. I am very dynamic, I'm part of the current reality. And so it's very natural for me to be connected with younger generations and with sad guys and humor. You know, Maria, there are so many people that come to me and say, many producers, etc., who come and say to me, what you need to do to connect with people is to talk about for instance, you can talk about polyamory relationships. Oh, but no, thank you.
Eso sí que es moderno.
That seems to be very fashionable, you know, polyamory. Well, it might have been back in the 60s.
Para mí, y como que lo revolucionario es hacer cosas históricas.
What's revolutionary is to do things that are high quality, that are focused on details. I think that's what we need to do. We need to take care of cinema and series and look at the details. And the rest is universal. And then whatever needs to happen will happen. Thank you. I'm a bit overwhelmed by so many people there up on the stage. Albert, AMAIA, how was this experience for you? Hello, first of all, thank you very much. The truth is that what I value most is that I've been able to work with the Javis. Why? Because we have a very close relationship. We've been friends for years now. We've known each other for many years now, and so I really trust them. And I felt really comfortable. They've done everything in their hands to make me feel comfortable. We all felt really at ease with them, and it was great. And as for my character and performing, well, it's something that I've always liked. I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to play a role, and it's been a wonderful experience. I've learned so much, so many things I hadn't thought about. I've learned so many things about myself. I've done things I never thought I could do. I was a bit worried at first, I confess. I was a bit stressed. But then I felt really comfortable, and I think I've done a good job. Well, it was fine for me as well. It's good to believe in God for 6 months. It's nice.
Bueno, yo quería preguntar, bueno, ¿cómo conocéis este caso real?
How did you get to know this actual case, and how did you turn it into fiction? It's not based on actual facts. It's an addition of studies, research you've carried out, private experiences that we've been told about. We also, we don't talk just about isolation, we talk about UFOs, about many different beliefs. The belief that the DJ is a guru, the belief that a film can save your life. There are so many elements there. In La Mesías, we see many different beliefs, but it's a completely original series based on things that we like Guzman Sant in Elephant, or things that motivate us, that really inspire us. It's different pieces of a puzzle that we've put together. So it's not based in actual facts. It's an original series where we approach beliefs from different viewpoints, and where we've included things of our own lives. We always take something that fascinates us as a starting point. And then many people come to us and say, oh, this is my life. This is what my life's been all about. No? Like in Paquita. This is the case in Paquita. The creators are like most, like Pedro, no? Guzman Sant. I think that looking at reality and imagining reality by filtering it yourself, to me that's very powerful.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Hello. Congratulations on the series. Those eclectic references and crazy references of you, are they also reflected in the cast? Ana, Macarena, Lola, Cecilia, they look like two characters in an Almodóvar film. Can you tell us more about it? Well, Fran, Susana, Domingo, people from Movistar have been very kind. It was a love story, love at first sight. They told us from the very beginning, we believe in you, we believe in the project, and let's go ahead. We're very happy about that. And as for the casting, Eva Leire, Yolanda Serrano helped us very much. Roger, it was clear that it had to be him. The casting process was something really informal. We didn't rehearse much, right? We just saw him and we said, it's him. Well, I have to explain what happened. Eva and Yolanda played a video and he didn't even speak. Roger didn't speak. And Javi said, it's him. What do you mean it's him? Well, it's him. You don't think, but you don't think, you have to think harder. And I said, no, I know it's him. It has to be him. As for AMAIA, the role was written for her. It's the case. As for Lola and Ana, this character was for them. But we, you know, you look at them, it's like day and night. And we casted her, and Lola, you know, and she made me cry. And what I like best is that she slammed the door after the scene. And the door had this huge crack. And I said, oh, that crack is all about Monse's character. It's her. And as for Ana, Eva Yolanda encouraged us to go beyond our family, of our friends, And we've always wanted to work with Ana. And we said, maybe someone else could do, but no, it wasn't the case. A young mother you don't want to have as a mother. Who is that? Well, that's Ana.
No, pero claro, es que Ana, el papel de Monse joven, decía, vale,
young Monse's character, I said, okay, I want Penélope Cruz in Jamón Jamón, but mixed with something tragic, person you know that is going to betray you because it's in her nature due to her frailty. You know that she's doomed to failure. And then she came with that look in her face and that strength as well. We said, well, it's incredible, it has to be her. And Cecilia was the one that chose us. I mean, we said, oh, will Cecilia Roth want to work with us? And we were there like, oh, will she join us or not? I had already told your father, yes, that I would join you. And Albert, it was fun with Albert because we were there for in many meetings, and then he came and said, well, are you going to pick me? I think that's enough with the meetings. We've had enough meetings. Do you choose me or not? Because we had imagined a Pep as someone very tall, like an alien, right? And Albert, you know, we really liked how he moved his hand. Well, small gestures that you see in the casting and that you fall in love with. Yes, we're very eclectic people, but the main thing for us is that we need to like what we do and we need to like the actors. That's how we work. We like them or not, and that's it. But we thought about them when we were writing the script, yeah.
Hola, bueno.
Hello, my name is Yvette, and I want to congratulate you, all of you. This is a masterpiece. Something that I find interesting, and I've been living in Spain for many years, is when you deal with spirituality in films in Spain, especially by people from Spain, by Spaniards. And what I really liked in this series is, you know, the different perspectives, the different parts of spirituality, because you have the one that's frightening, the one that's welcoming, and the spiritualities can be very different. Can you tell us more about that? Well, that's what we wanted to get. I mean, we wanted to have a project that would tackle the different ways to believe. And we've tackled it from many different viewpoints. We have a rave party, we have, you know, the scene when Cecilia goes to the church and hugs the Virgin, and that's healing, or when someone's dying. And dies in peace. Maybe you haven't seen that episode. Well, never mind. There are many different moments and very different approaches to spirituality. But the one we really liked was, you know, the idea we wanted to convey was this idea of manipulation. People saying, well, I am right, and since I am high up there, I say, no, you can't do this or that. Because there are people that hold to power and say to a fragile minority, no, you don't have any rights, not you, right? Like Monse with her daughters and with her son. I tell you what you can and what you cannot do. And in our community, in the LGBTI community, this happens a lot. So we're criticizing this oppressive power. That's the idea. We wanted to use things that we don't understand. We want to use vulnerable people to say, okay, I'm in command, you are not, and you are the worst. And that's something that happens with minorities constantly, all the time. So minorities can run away from this, can stop listening, right? To people telling them, you can be here, you cannot be here, now you can marry, now you cannot. Oh, go to hell.
Por ejemplo.
Right? How about you go to hell? We can tell them that, can't we? Well, it's interesting to think about how beliefs are very similar among them. When we went to Montserrat, people told us, well, we've had aliens here, people have seen UFOs here, people have seen the Virgin here. Some people say it's the same thing, that virgins are UFOs and the other way around. And I was there saying, oh, how interesting, right? It all boils down to the same. We're all looking for that spirituality. We're looking outside and we're saying, I want to believe. I want to believe there's something else. And I want to believe that something's going to save me. I think that's really interesting. In my case, talking about faith is a way of trying to have faith myself, because I need some kind of spirituality. And here we're talking about the LGBTI community, but well, the series is not about that. I hope that in our community we'll be in a better place very soon, and then a time will come where we'll have to say, and now what? What's my purpose in life? I have achieved everything I wanted to achieve, and now what? I need something to believe in, because I will die soon. So I think that we all need that spirituality. That's something that obsesses me, and I'm very much interested in faith. For a long time, I've decided not to have an opinion, and I've concentrated on curiosity. I want to know what people believe in, why. That's very interesting, really. We have time for one last question.
Bueno, yo después de cosas tan profundas, no
well,
sé, pero bueno,
you've talked about such deep topics. I want to change subject. Yesterday I saw up to episode 5 because I had to leave, but I really want to finish watching the series. So what surprised me somehow is how powerful the series is, audiovisually speaking. And it evolves from an episode to the next. So I wanted to ask you, what have been your references? How have you worked on the different scenes? Remember the rave party, but there are so many different things. Visually, we have, I feel hypnotized sometimes as I watch the series. Well, the first reference is Chris Jordana, our director of photography, who is here. She was with us in Veneno, and in this project, every single day, for 25 weeks, she is one of our main references. We are a threesome, all three of us. Yeah, that's something I would like to talk about, because it's interesting. We worked very much on how we wanted to make the differences. So first of all, we need to understand the scene, and then we place a camera. So we need to understand the psychology of each character, and this this is something we did for every single scene. In the present, there was a different tone. We have Mysterious Skin there, we have the Master as a reference. Well, this is more related to Monse, but then in the past we have other references. We have Nadie Sabe, Charo Felice, El País de las Maravillas, El Espíritu de la Colmena. So there are so many references there. In episode 2, then we talk about the past, and we had different references. We had so many ideas in our heads. We said, okay, why is this a reference? Why is this brilliant for me? And we said, okay, in this scene, the camera needs to be behind for this reason. And that has been a very nice process. And it's something I really liked. I feel passionate about this, and I'm very proud of what we've done.
Nos quedamos con muchas preguntas, pero no sé por aquí.
Well, there are many questions left, but we've run out of time, unfortunately.
Mira, aquí tenemos a Biel,
Well,
Irene,
here we have Biel,
Carla.
Irene, Carla. They're all there. Can you stand up, guys?
Vale. Mira, y ahí al fondito tenemos
And
a
back there,
Yona,
we have
a
Yona, Arlet, Sara, Ninoska, all of them.
Ninoska, saluda.
Ninoska,
¿Qué pasa,
say hi.
tía?
Hello.
¿Algo más? ¿Algo?
¿Alguna pregunta más?
Any further questions?
Lo siento mucho, pero
I'm very sorry, but we need to stop here. We've run out of time. Maybe one last question, a very fast one, for the actors, please.
Venga.
I'm very sorry, but the person who's speaking in the room is not using a mic, and we cannot hear what she's saying in the booth. Well, I think the series is fascinating. It brings together so many things. I loved it until the end, because when you speak about the scene when the motorcycle rider dies, that's wonderful, and then someone says, I want to go to mass because that makes me happy. That's spectacular. And the last episode is wonderful. And of course, each character has a different spirituality. As for the girls, as I've seen they're here, in the series, I was thinking, how have they been able to work on the spiritual freedom of the girls? Did you cut any scenes when the mothers go crazy? Because mothers sometimes go crazy, whether they're crazy or not, because they feel overwhelmed. And I really think this is a very strong series. Well, we didn't have a compass when we started shooting the series. I mean, how are we going to work with so many people, with so many children and teenagers? And then, well, we started rehearsing the scenes, and then it didn't work. And we said, well, we're going to work without a script, but you cannot go to a set without a script. You have professional actors, they need to prepare themselves and the characters. And then we said, okay, we're going to rehearse other scenes and improvise. And then we improvised scenes that we made up. And we said, okay, Mom is going to say a different thing today. Or we said, for instance, you can tell them about it. What scares you, sorry, what do you like? And we were like, sharing our daily lives and, getting to know each other better made things easier. And the hard scenes were not that hard thanks to that trust that we were able to build. They really trusted us, their parents really trusted us. There was a wonderful moment at the end of episode 5 when all children burst into tears, and it's a terrible scene. Arlet? They're going to come and join us here. So Arlet was there crying, and I said, oh, she's so moved. And you know what she said? I said, Arlet, are you all right? And she said, well, she said, she made this gesture.
Oye, yo creo que han pillado el juego.
Y luego lo que le hacíamos era, les hacíamos casas del terror.
And then we made different exercises. We played together, we screamed together, because we said, okay, which is going to come? Let's scream, and we all screamed together. And then at the end, we played Hannah Montana, and then we all danced together.
Ha sido brutal.
It's been brutal. It's been so nice, so nice. There's a very nice story with Bruno. Bruno was scared of the rain, and she had to run in the rain. Well, it's said, I've already said it. Bruno, I'm sorry. And there's this scene, and I said, Bruno, we need to shoot this scene. How can we shoot it? And she looked me in the eye and said, I will do it because I trust you.
Bravo, bravo. Ay, por favor.
Y bueno, Bueno, historias como estas hay miles.
There are so many stories, thousands, with all the team in Movistar, Suma Content. It's been an exercise of freedom, generosity, time. They've devoted a year of their lives to us. They trusted us. They respected us. There was absolute respect. So I really thank them all. It's been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Con este aplauso tenemos que despedir.
That's all from us then. Thank you very much.
Con este aplauso tenemos que despedir al equipo de la película. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you for being here. Have a nice day. Bye.